Hello, my lovely, lovely Leos. How are you today? I'm going to try and do quick readings. I am aiming for 15 to 20 minutes. I'm not succeeding. It's been more like 30 to 40 minutes, so we'll see how it goes. Um, if you like the intuitive messages that I do, that I used to do as part of the longer readings, I'm doing those as separate readings now as Tell Me Anything videos. So watch out for those, especially the thumbnails and the signifiers. For example, on one of them I saw a tennis ball, on others I saw magpies. So if you're also seeing these things, if that kind of like twigs something in your brain, kind of go and watch those videos. They're not star sign specific, they're more like if it feels relevant, then it's for you. So your song, as I was pulling cards for you, was Un Dia, One Day, by Dua Lipa, J.Balvin, Tainy, and Bad Bunny. So I don't know if any of those names or words have any relevance to you. It's a song that is both English and another language that I'm not quite confident saying which one. I think it's either Spanish or Italian or maybe Portuguese. I'm not quite sure. It's one of those kind of Latin-based languages. So I don't know, maybe you're English and you're dealing with somebody from one of those backgrounds or vice versa. I don't really know. It could be relevant, could not be. The song though is about, it feels like it's about a breakup. It's one day you'll love me again, one day you'll love me for sure, one day you'll wake up how I'm feeling and you'll come and knock on my door. So it's like possibly you're dealing with a relationship from the past, or something that didn't quite work out, and you're saying, one day you're going to kind of come to your senses. Possibly, maybe not. Go and listen to that song and see how it resonates for you. It's going to be probably different for a few different people. Let's get your card. So Leo for Friday. On the underlying water creation, I love that. It reminds me of the grandma of Moana. Just one second. Okay, sorry, my daughter just wanted me. My son's back in school, but my daughter's off for a couple more days now, so it's quite nice. I've got my computer back. I can kind of do my own thing a little bit more rather than helping him with lessons. My daughter's kind of a bit more independent; she can do her own thing. But yeah, but I miss him. I miss him so much. It feels like he's really far away from me. So your card is Purity Ice. Someone else had this. I don't know if it was Cappy, but there was this sense of like this horse was like galloping around, being quite wild, kind of looking for this person who was under the ice. But there's a sense of like looking for something in the wrong place, not wasting energy looking for something, but they weren't using their instincts to kind of trust where it was. So using your eyes rather than using your feelings. For others of you, there could be something to do with like really taking a bit of a time out to explore some deeper emotions, getting to the core of a situation. Ice is very, very, sorry, they're showing me ice, so I've got to now put into words what I'm seeing. Ice is normally quite translucent. It's kind of, what they're showing me is like how it's kind of like prisms. The ice is made up of crystals which reflects the light. You can kind of see, it's funny, I've got the rainbow nails on today. It's kind of like prisms can break white light apart and see all the different colours. So there's something to do with seeing something in the finer detail, seeing all the colours of a situation, seeing the truth of a situation, exploring something and finding it to be very pure because you've filtered it through this different lens. So seeing things in a different light, I think is how that's coming through. So sometimes it's quite hard if they show me a visual to not only describe what I'm seeing, but also to explain how it is relevant on kind of like a tangible level rather than just like, oh, I'm seeing some ice. I've got to tell you how it applies to you. Really interesting. Soulmates is still on the bottom there. That came out just now for Aquarius. Oh, I don't know if you're dealing with an Aquarius. Okay, milk and honey. I love that card so much. Like, it just makes me like want to go and eat milk and honey. Time to go. Yeah, time to leave. So you've analysed, you've done this analysis. Again, Capricorn, we're doing this analysis process, whether we're getting to the core of a situation. So I don't know if you have those different placements or you're connecting with a Cappy, but there's this sense of like, right, I need to leave the situation now. I need to go. I know it's the right time to move forward with this. I'm going to read the card for this one just to make sure that the message that's coming through is right. So yeah, you could definitely be leaving a relationship because somebody hasn't seen your worth. And it's like, I'm leaving, but, one day you're going to realize what you've lost. One day you're going to wake up and be like, I've lost my Leo. And you'll come knocking at my door. And then can you see there's like that door in the distance? Or you've done this. You're the one who's woke up and you've realized, oh my goodness, like, I wish that situation had worked out better. I'm going to go and get my person. So you're going to go and knock on someone else's door. So again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Essential meanings, endings, completion, walking away from something because there's nothing else to learn or experience. The Oracle's message. You are at the end of one journey and have not yet begun the next. This is the moment to bless your experience thus far. Take stock of what you've learned. It's time to move on with a new time to move on to new experiences and a new way of being. There is nothing left for you to do, be, or experience in your present circumstances. Take the risk and move on, even if you need to be in transition for a time. Your destiny is calling you. They're giving me Robbie Williams, Madonna is calling me. However that resonates, whether that's like hearing a higher call or a specific person. So the ice could mean where you are, you've come to this place where you're kind of frozen. There's no more movement. Maybe the horse running around exploring is like looking for something that's just not there anymore, right? Now they're giving me frozen by... You've got 2 Madonna references now. Maybe Madonna's somebody's favourite singer. She is Leo, actually. They're giving me... Your heart is not open, so I must go. The spell has been broken, I loved you so. Painted a warning that something's wrong. I pray to God that it won't be long. That's power of goodbye, isn't it? I thought I was getting frozen. I want to go higher. Someone got the power of goodbye. Cancer. Cancer got the power of goodbye as well. Okay, I'm going to put all those songs in your in the link so you can check those out, see if any are relevant to you. Some may be, some may not be. So I was just singing Frozen by Madonna there, if you caught the tail end of that. Okay, if it's a specific relationship, so it could be a circumstance, which was that oracle message. If it's specifically a relationship, this is the relationship message. Oh, it hurts. I don't really want to say it, but it's over. Or at the very least, the form that this relationship has taken is no longer of service to you or the other person. This is a time of letting go, of knowing that the journey has come to its conclusion. Just to say, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a romantic relationship. It could be a relationship in business. It could be a family connection, a friendship. Okay. If you feel like this isn't relevant, it's not your reading, just leave it. It's just someone else's reading because they need it more than you today, okay? Maybe the next reading will be relevant. I don't want to be like, everybody has to leave, all Leos have to leave their relationship now, go. That's not what I'm saying here. It's probably someone's specific circumstances, so leave it if it's not yours, okay? This doesn't mean that anything is lost. Although this card could speak of a breakup, drifting apart, or the end of a soul contract, it's more about release than destruction. Remember the saying, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. If not, it never was. Endings are always a sign of new beginnings. If you want something deeper, walk away. So it could be that if it is a relationship for you, that it could be the form that this relationship is in right now is not working for you. The circumstances of this relationship just not working. It could be that this person simply will not recognize your worth. So you may need to walk away to give this person some space, to do that soul searching, to think things through, so that they come to the conclusion that, actually I really do want my Leo. And then maybe your relationship, you can come back together and have that milk and honey and be, the relationship can be healed and you can have the happiness. But if it's not working in its current form, if you feel like you're being taken advantage of, or that you're just not being, somebody's not seeing your worth, sometimes it is worth getting the distance in order for that person to really work out what they want. So, you know, really see, it's like when you're not there, they realize how much worth you bring to the table. Could be something like that. But I don't want to kind of, obviously, you'll know. I feel like the person I'm talking to, you already know this. You're already considering this. Don't be like, I'm leaving my relationship because the cards told me, because it's just not your reading, right? If you're like, my relationship's all right, actually, you know, you have a few ups and downs, but I wasn't planning on leaving, this isn't your reading. All right, I'm going to start pulling cards for you. The devil there on the underline as well. Okay, so the devil talks about being tied to things that are unhealthy. The heart of the reading, please. The heart of the reading for Leo. The heart of the reading for Leo, please. The heart of the reading for Leo. Okay, Queen of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles. Okay, just a second. My daughter's on a mission to make herself spaghetti, but she needs to go and get some from the shop first. Okay. You've got 3 cards for the heart of the reading. You have to be difficult, don't you, Leo? Right, so the situation, 4 more cards, please, for Leo. 4 more cards, please, for Leo's energy on Friday. 4 more cards, please, for Leo's energy on Friday. Leo's energy on Friday. Leo's energy on Friday, please. 1 more card, please. Leo's energy on Friday. That was trying to be secretive. Okay. Queen of Wands. Whoa! Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands. I mean, this is your energy. Fiery energy. Excuse me again. Sorry. Yeah, so that's your energy. Feeling really fiery and passionate. Possibly feeling a bit shut out from a situation. Needing to drop the burdens, drop the baggage. Holding on to things too tightly that you need to release. Okay, so let's get the energy around you, Leo. So this is not, oh, look, there's your energy though. The Sun card on the bottom, happiness, freedom, confidence. That's what you're aiming for, right? So just to say, you've got Cancer energy again here and kind of here. Capricorn energy, Aquarius energy. You may have those placements because this is you. This is all your energy here. Right. Energy outside of Leo. Energy affecting Leo's reading today outside of Leo, please. Okay. Energy between, okay, thank you. Devil in reverse, well, that's better. That's breaking the chains, right? Being able to move forward. Energy outside of Leo that's affecting Leo's reading today, please. The Chariot and the Queen of Cups. Chariot and the Queen of Cups, please. Page of Inspiration, and then you've got up here the Sun card. There you go. Lovely jubbly. 8 of Voices. Feeling a bit trapped, not quite knowing which way to move. Trying to think your way out of a situation where you should probably use intuition and feelings to navigate you right now. Okay, let's see. I'm going to pause. Although this is actually speaking to me quite clearly already, I am going to pause and just kind of work my way through these cards and make sure I've got a real clear overview before I start discussing it with you. So 1 minute while I do that. Okay, I think I've got an idea then of what's going on for this reading. So I think I'm going to start with this Queen of Pentacles. I'm going to read the description for you. It's a really lovely energy for you to be in, Leo. It's you being very grounded, very nurturing. You're kind of looking after others. Now, I don't know if you're looking after children or you're responsible for some kind of team, possibly at work, but there is this sense of you being very nurturing towards other people and this collaborative effort. So let's read the Queen of Pentacles. A healer, a working parent, a self-made person, material wealth and abundance, strength in family and community. So this could be your community. A kind and nurturing heart, groundedness, being down to earth and generosity. Leo, you are a very generous sign. You're one of the most generous signs, usually, depending on your other placements, of course. This self-made queen reminds you to step into abundance by shifting any shadows you are holding on to around wealth and security. You are safe. Pay attention to your finances to level up your money game and to give yourself permission to rise in the upper ranks. This is a positive message of creature comforts and happiness, and this earthy medicine ushers in a life well lived in the material world. Connect with nature to find your calm, healing, and rooted power, and harness the abundance that's available to you by bringing groundedness to your situation. Shower others with warm blessings from a charitable heart, as loyalty, family, and community are themes at this time. Your nurturing and down-to-earth approach will gift stability and support to those in your life. Don't overextend your energy and avoid enabling others by overmothering them. They must learn to walk on their own. Bring your self-worth and guidance and your glorious, powerful love. I enjoy my deeply connected life and I lead it with an outpouring of warmth, abundance and love. So that's really, really lovely. What I can see though is you are a little bit conflicted here. You kind of feel like you're being pulled in two different directions. It's like you've got a decision to make. You kind of need to maybe cut one of these things loose. Or you're just trying to bring something into balance. But yeah, it feels like pulled in two different directions. You could have, if you're responsible for two other people, you could feel that, you know, it's a challenge to kind of balance out their different desires and wishes. Yeah, no, that's what I'm seeing. Okay, I understand now because it's connected to this card here. So the Seven of Cups talks about a bit of confusion of choice. So you've got different routes available to you here, different options, different courses of action, but you're a bit undecided about which course of action to take because it's almost like you don't really know what the outcome will be until you make a choice. So there is a bit of confusion here over this balancing, this indecision in regards to your responsibility to a team of other people or a group of other people, a community, or to your own family and children. Now the problem is this energy outside of you, this Five of Inspiration, is the Five of Wands. It talks about conflicts, competition, rivalry. Sorry, they're giving me sibling rivalry for somebody. So it could be your siblings, you know, it could be your children, but it could be, you know, if you're again responsible for a team, it's like there's a bit of infighting, a bit of discord, a bit of disharmony within this group that you're responsible for. So people are kind of like pulling in different directions. You're finding it a bit difficult to kind of like, you know, they're showing me a rocking boat. So it's like you're trying to balance the boat, you know, the ship that represents this community or family or group. So it's like someone's rocking the boat, or there's a couple of people who are rocking the boat and you're trying to balance out the situation. You're trying to kind of find common ground here with these people, but it really seemed to me like, especially this girl here with her arms crossed, it's like sulky children. You feel like people are being like sulky children in this situation. So, but you're being nurturing, you're being balanced, you're being grounded, you're being practical. You're doing well with whatever the situation is. Now, I don't know if this is a different situation here or this is a continuation of the same situation, but for some reason you're feeling really kind of like held up, you're feeling stuck, you're feeling like your hands are tied, you don't have a lot of liberty in some kind of situation. While you're being very, very stuck, it is giving you a sense of looking at things from a different perspective, having a little bit of time to heal as well. The Hangman is a bit of a healing card, but it's like there's some kind of realignment of your own thought process, a realignment of your own ideas, but you are stretching towards some sort of goal here. It's like you can see this girl, she wants to go through that hole on the ground, but it's actually got glass or something in there. It's stopping her going through. So there is like a sense of you wanting to move on to something, to a next stage, to it's almost like the glass ceiling but in reverse. It's like it's a glass floor now. You need to get through that glass floor to a different situation, but there's some kind of blockage you can't quite get through. So you think your hands are tied, right? Because this is your perspective. Your perspective is, you know, being all tangled up in these different directions. You're like, my hands are tied by look at all this string here as well. It's like this real sense of being tied up in a situation, but you're not actually tied. You can see here hers, if that wants to focus. Hello, there you go. You can see here her wrist isn't actually, it's not tied to anything. She's kind of caught up in this sling, but her hands aren't tied. So the Devil card outside of you here, this is representing an energy outside of you that you feel controlled by. You feel entangled or restricted by this energy. You can see here she's kind of like, this girl is kind of almost like a puppet on the strings of these people. These people I think are representing whoever these people are, right? Who are tying your hands, making you feel responsible for them, pulled in different directions. You're not actually tied. You can see she could easily slip her fingers out. So you are perceiving with this Eight of Voices, which again, I shuffled this deck again because I wanted more clarification on this card. I got some more cards on that one, and on the underlying again was the same card, the Eight of Voices. So you are really feeling like your hands are tied, you're feeling restricted, because this is your conception of your own circumstances, but in reality you are not being controlled, you're not being tied here. In the reality, you are free. You just have to use your intuition in this situation to escape whatever these bonds are, these perceived bonds. It's like almost like you're trying to strategize out of a situation, or you're trying to logically balance something out, but actually there is a way to move, but you need to kind of trust your intuition and go off instincts rather than logical or kind of conscious thought. Conscious thought isn't the answer in the situation. I'm going to read this Devil card to you. Again, I feel like this is more of a perception of yours. It's interesting, it's got this kind of butterfly energy behind her there as well, and up here. Kind of almost feels like you are going to be released from this, and you're going to feel like this transformative energy. It's like this is like you in your cocoon, feeling like you're held up, and then you're going to come out with this like transformed perspective on things. So the Devil, addiction, bondage, right? Being tied, being manipulated, or feeling stuck in the confines of your story, needing to loosen up and have fun, liberation. So you are being a little bit, it's like you're being a little bit too mumsy here, you're being a little bit too grounded, a little bit too practical. You kind of need to let go a little bit, you know, just have fun, have a good time, lighten up. Prompt, slippery servitude. Approaching their potential downfall, they begin to play with the strings of temptation. How wonderful it feels to break free of the monotony of the everyday. They dance and sing, they stir their minds with an aphrodisiac of the spirit. But when it is time to return, when it is time to return, they realise they don't want to drop the strings, nor stop the music that they can finally hear, so they go on. Too soon, the slippery slope of desire arrives, and they find their arms lifeless, like puppets. Yet they have to keep moving, swinging listlessly. They blame the devil for their plight. So this is what you're doing. You're blaming someone else for your situation, but actually, you kind of need to take the reins of your own life here. You need to take responsibility for your own existence, basically. Listlessly, they blame the devil for their plight, even though they are the ones pulling all the strings and leading their endless dance. The muse asks you to see your self-imposed shackles in order to find your sovereignty and freedom, and to rewrite your story so that you may step into your truth. For you, Divine Weaver, are the keeper of your own beautiful soul. So the devil is in reverse, okay? You're gonna get out of this situation where you feel tied. And when you do, see, I was going to say when you take the reins, but he hasn't even got the reins, right? So there's a sense of your life being out of control. Your chariot, your life is being driven by energies that you have no control over. Again, it feels like these energies want to kind of rush in two different directions. So I think you actually do need to see yourself as free. He's not tied to the chariot. He doesn't have to be on the chariot. He could jump off into the water at any time. So if you feel a bit like your life is spinning out of control because of other energies around you, you know, you have to remember that you are the Queen of Pentacles. You are grounded. Be aware of anything that you feel tied to, and have this conscious understanding that you do have control of your own life. You're not a martyr, you're not a victim here, you're not at the mercy of other energies. You can't control other people, but you can control yourself. You do have some amount of autonomy over what happens to you, you know, and your person in the situation, but you are perceiving yourself as stuck, and you are having difficulty making this choice. Now, just again, you have underneath here this feeling of like disappointment because you've got all these heavy burdens, because you're clinging on, right? You're clinging on. You can't go through this portal. You can't have this phoenix energy and have the death and rebirth. Look, there's that fighting again. If you're holding on to heavy burdens, responsibilities, baggage. You kind of need to get into this fun-loving Queen of Wands energy. Find the fun in the situation. Again, it's like if you have children, how do you inject fun into it? Maybe you're being a bit too right, it's time to do your homework, it's time to do your Google Classroom, tidy your room, because you're trying to be grounded, you're trying to be a good mother. Again, you don't have to be a mother, you could be he, she, they, take it as it resonates, but you have this sense of responsibility for these other people, so you may be being a little bit of a stick in the mud. I'm sorry. You may have to think, well, how do I get the same results? How do I get these people on board, but kind of in a more fun way? So maybe have a little bit of time thinking about that. So slightly different messages for everybody. Just leave anything that doesn't resonate. Now here, this is outside of you, this page of inspiration in reverse. Now this normally means somebody who has a lot of creative ideas. They're kind of a student, they're learning. It's an energy outside of you though. I see it today as, because I clarified it as well, and this kind of confirmed what I was picking up on, because I'm definitely getting children, or a responsibility for, could be a responsibility for apprentices in your business, right? A responsibility for people who are like lower down the rung than you. They're still learning. You're kind of showing as this more like boss-like supervisor energy. So it could be a child in the mix, especially if you're moving away from a situation. You have this responsibility for this person here. There could be somebody who's out of ideas, but I'm seeing it as a child, and then there's this decision being made regarding this young energy. So you have the Emperor, who's like the boss. It could be the father, guardian, somebody who follows the rules, somebody who makes the rules, who makes the decisions, along with the Justice card, which talks about contracts, the justice system, court system, a judgment call being made. So it could be like karma. Something's happening here where there's a higher energy, and I feel like it's outside of you. I feel like it's a higher energy than you. This isn't your decision to make. There's a higher energy who's making a judgment call about this creative young energy. Again, it's outside of you. This is going on. It's not in your hands. It's an energy affecting you, but it's not your energy. So I'm not quite sure what that is, but maybe that makes more sense to you. I can just seeing like these stairs, like this coming together. This is Aries, Taurus, sometimes Capricorn energy. This is Libra energy. This is any fire sign energy. Probably Aries, Leo, but it's not you. So outside of you, there's this decision being made regarding a child, an apprentice, student. But then you go into this really nurturing energy, like if you were nurturing here, but this is kind of nurturing from a very practical level. So this is like, okay, I've made the dinner, I've washed the clothes, I've made the beds, I've been to work, I've earned the money. So this is nurturing in a practical sense. This is more like nurturing from a space of emotions and love. So this is like bringing the heart into the matter, opening up emotionally, expressing your feelings in a situation. So very, very emotionally balanced, very emotionally stable, very mature, expressive, watery feminine energy. And it's your energy. So you're moving into this. So you've actually got 3 queens here that I'm saying are your energy. So this is, again, she, he, they. Doesn't matter how you identify. It's more to do with the meaning of the cards, what the person's doing, how the person's feeling. So this is a very receptive, expressive, nurturing, warm, loving, fun person. And this is all different aspects of your energy. So the only thing you're missing there is swords. So which is good actually, because I can see that the swords, which represent thoughts, are what's getting you a bit stuck in your head here. So it's probably a good thing that they're not, the Queen of Swords isn't here at the moment. Then you move into this energy, this sun energy. Now, it's typically your energy, but this is, again, it's an energy outside of you. So you're going to get a lot of clarity in this situation. Perhaps you are waiting for some kind of judgment call to be made. There's a positive outcome here. You're at least going to get clarity. You're at least going to get freedom. You're at least going to get... there's a sense of confidence around this card. It could be the situation gives you a lot of confidence, or you kind of, it's coming through as like a lot of fun. So I don't know what this energy is outside you. It could be a person, another Leo possibly, but there is a sense of the situation lightening up, the situation getting to a really good place, a lot of fun, a lot of freedom, a lot of creativity, a lot of expansion. You know, it's like, this is like saying good times ahead, good times are coming outside of you. So interesting reading. I hope it resonates. It felt quite specific, so I'm not sure if that's going to be for everybody, but just leave it if it's not your reading today. So let's get a card here to oh, look what's on the bottom. Lion spirit, be generous of spirit. Let's get a card for you as an advice card, please. So an advice card for Leo on Friday, please. Thank you very much. White Raven spirit, trust in the magic. Trust in the magic. So 66. Okay. Nothing in the universe is random, for the intricate web of co-creation weaves together all events and has done so since the beginning of time. Coincidences have meaning, and White Raven spirit appears to remind you to pay attention to these synchronicities so that you might recognize patterns. Even the winds dance in a pattern, participating in the magic of Spirit's plan for all. So I'm slightly distracted. I'm thinking about my daughter trying to make spaghetti and worrying about her slightly. Oh, she's getting to that age though where she's getting quite confident, but still I kind of prefer to keep an eye on her. Align with the highest good and intentions, and you will come to see that the White Raven is guiding you, an ally to you, and a messenger from Spirit. Just to say, in case I've made you start worrying, she is quite responsible, and we've had a detailed discussion before she started of what to do. I'm like, make sure you keep everything away from the fire. Make sure if you do get any hot water on yourself, you get it under the cold tap immediately and shout me. You know, make sure you've got a cup of water ready in case anything does set on fire. You know, all these like safety tips that I've given out just in case the worst happens. But it's like, I think maybe this is the thing we were saying, like, don't be too controlling in this situation. If you've got to give people a little bit of free rein, while still being in a position to lend that support if needs be. Maybe it's scaffolding. Sorry to get distracted. Maybe somebody has to do, if you look up scaffolding as a teaching technique, and again it can be applied to different circumstances, it talks about knowing how much support to give in a situation. So when you're working, say you're working in a school and you're working with different children, some children are going to be quite independent, but they're still going to have those moments where they fall down or have the doubt, where they get a bit stuck, and that's when you can, come in and kind of build up a little bit of support for them, just enough to kind of point them in the right direction, and that's enough for them. There'll be other children who are very, very confused by the work, who don't know where to start, who need a lot of support, and you can kind of build up quite a big support system around that child. So it may be that you start by saying, this is how you do it, can you copy what I did? So you're literally showing them exactly what to do. Then as they become more confident, you start to remove some of that scaffolding. So it might be like, instead of saying, this is what you do, copy it, you start to say, what did we do last time? How did we solve this last time? And if they get stuck, you then put the scaffolding back in place, but they may remember, and then you can take away a little bit more of that scaffolding and be like, what do you think we need to do next? So you're actually encouraging them to be more independent while still having kind of like a safety net approach, where you can kind of come back in if they need that support. So make sure you're not over micromanaging in the situation. If I'm saying this, it's probably part of the reading somehow. Okay, align with the highest good and intentions, and you will come to see that White Raven is guiding you, an ally to you, and a messenger from Spirit. Align with the light, and you will start to recognize all that is working together harmoniously in ways the eye can't always see and the mind can't always comprehend. The universe is conspiring on your behalf right now, drawing you to the light and bringing you the magic and miracles that are your birthright. Now is the time to trust in the magic of the world that is everywhere and in all things. Pay attention to how things come together as if by magic, and you will see the hand of Great Spirit arranging things in your favour. So watch out for white birds. White birds could be significant for you for the next week or so. Red berries, watch out for red berries. Watch out for white feathers. If you see white feathers, that may be some sort of sign or symbol from the universe guiding you in a certain direction. So if you see any of these things, just pay attention to your thoughts at the time, and see if there's any kind of synchronicity around that's kind of getting your attention, pointing you in a direction. Also, the number 66, watch out for repeating sixes. That may be a number pattern that is catching your eye at the moment as well. All right, let's get a song to close out the reading and we'll wrap it up. Here we go. There's that door that you're trying to walk through, right? Leo for Friday, please. Leo for Friday, the best song, the most important song that's going to give them the best piece of advice right now. What does Leo really need to hear on Friday? Oh, Leo, I'd give my all to have just one more night with you. It's also, I'm seeing this number pattern here. I don't know if you can see this, 1221, 1221. So watch out for mirror numbers as well. All right, I'm going to leave it there, Leo. Take what resonated, leave what didn't. If anything particularly stood out to you, I'd love to hear it in the comment box below. I kind of feel like I need that boost right now to make sure I'm definitely still connecting with people. If you liked, please leave me a like. Subscribe, please, if you haven't already. That really helps me out. And yeah, if you feel like this is the story of somebody around you, please do share the video with friends. That really also helps me out, getting more people to view the channel. If you don't want to do any of that, that's absolutely fine. If you want to come as a stealth watcher, that's absolutely fine as well. I completely understand that. Yeah, best of luck, Leo. You look like you're in a really strong position with all these queens. You're doing really, really well. So keep it up. Just don't micromanage. Try and have fun, right? Try and lighten up. All right. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.